of your baggage.
Okay. All right, Matt.
How are you?
After 6 years, I'm
Good to
happy
see you
that,
again.
yeah, thank you. I'm happy that you can recognize me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I want to tell the story about.
Yes.
So we were at PubCon in Las Vegas, and
2007.
yeah, and it was fantastic because I like to walk to my hotel, and so I always have about a half-hour walk, you know, to and from the different hotels. And Suresh was like, "Hey, why don't we just walk and talk a little bit?" And so we spent like half an hour just walking back to the hotel, and like it's that kind of drive to like find the right opportunities that makes a big difference.
Like now,
like today, you were like, you know what? I know you're heading to the airport. Why don't we share a cab and we can just talk a little bit on the way? And it's keeping your eyes open for that kind of thing that makes a big difference.
Good, thanks, Matt. I'm really appreciate taking the time. You know, even though you're hurrying. I have two questions. Do you have anything specific for Indian audience that, you know, a lot of people are telling there is a lot of stuff compared to other countries, and you see the Indian search. Do you have any tips or anything that we should do, or is it Google working on something to filter the spam and other things?
Yeah, I mean, we're always working on things to make life better for everybody, but it's also the case that I think this is more of a growth problem. You know, there's so much happening in India right now. There's so many people who are really tech savvy and are doing a great job. It was funny, I went last year, and before I got out of the airport, somebody walked up and they said, "Hey, I've watched your videos." And I went to the Taj Mahal and somebody walked up and said, "Hey, I've watched your videos." And what that says to me is that there's an entire country full of really tech-savvy people who are growing. And yes, there's going to be a few problems, right? Of course, there's going to be a few people who abuse the system. But to me, that just says there's a ton of people who are looking to better themselves and better their station in life and learn more. And that just shows the massive potential that India has.
And that's the whole reason I started off this Web Marketing Academy, quitting the job. Matt, do you have any specific things to learn? Digital marketing or SEO or these things, because in India there's no universities who are giving. We are giving training. Web Marketing Academy is giving training for 30-hour program for MBA students. So how important it is from you, you know, somebody who's starting off marketing?
Yep. I think one big thing is be careful of where you're getting your information from. So you really want to pay attention to the trusted resources. You know, Google's got a lot of videos, we've got, Webmaster Academy, we've got a lot of help stuff, so pay attention to that. The one thing I would be careful about is there are a lot of black hat forums.
Exactly.
And you really always can't trust the stuff that happens there. I mean, you should take everything you always hear with a grain of salt, right? Even the stuff you hear from Google, you should always, weigh it rationally and see whether it makes sense, and that's fine.